In the last lesson I showed you how to use cosine, and the lesson before that I showed you how to use sine. This lesson is going to be how to use tan. So I'm going to change the type of the kind of triangle I use. It's still a right angle triangle. It's still going to have this side being 50 degrees, but now I know the adjacent side is 25 meters. And I don't know this side. I'll write SOHCAHTOA here to make things easier for us, and I recommend you always just write SOHCAHTOA so that you've got a visual representation of which triangle to choose. So step 1, label sides. So this is the hypotenuse, this is the adjacent, and this is the opposite. Now, some of you may have picked up that the side that we're not interested in this case the hypotenuse, because there's x here and there's 25 here, there's nothing there, we don't care about it for this example. You may have picked up that you don't technically need to write it, but if you find it helpful just to always label all the sides, do that. If you find it easier just putting one letter, H, O, A, do that. That is fine. I'm always going to write all of them in just because that makes it really clear for all of us what's going on. Step 2, choose triangle. In this case, I care about my adjacent and my opposite. So here is an opposite, here's an adjacent, here's an opposite, and an adjacent, and voila! This is the triangle which has two circled elements in it, the opposite and the adjacent, so we're going to use this triangle. Step 3, write equation and solve. So this one, the equation is going to be tan of the angle equals the opposite over the adjacent. Now, as with all of these triangles, if you multiply your tan of the angle by the adjacent, you will get the guy that's on top. In this case, the opposite. So I'm going to write tan of 50 degrees times by 25, because that's my adjacent, and that is going to equal x. Tan of 50 times 25 equals 29.79. Sorry. There you go. It is in meters, just in case you forget. That is the solution to this question. I am now going to go through a couple more questions if you wish to continue watching.